I hope you are doing well. So, welcome to yet another episode of Relax Riches. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about how do you fast track your divine timing, right? So, what is it that you got to do to make sure that things are coming in faster and you're not getting stuck in this loop of going from breakthroughs to breakthroughs but not seeing any results in your reality, right? I'm not saying any results, but it almost feels criminal that you're not where you want to be, which is the frustration that I was talking about with one of my client. And she was literally there. She was like, I just feel like it's so unfair. I feel annoyed. And immediately I was like, that's a shadow. That's a shadow which is keeping you in that disappointment loop. And okay, before we get into that, so let me just give you how is it that you can fast track your divine timing. It is by training your current nervous system for the reality that you want to be in. That is the fastest way to for you to collapse time, shift timelines, see like people flowing into your DMs, like people doing backflips for you or whatever that you want. That happens when you train your current nervous system within the current circumstances that you're in. You train your nervous system for the reality that you're going in. Okay, so going back to the shadow work part that I was talking to this client about. So I told her, and like, let me tell you, she started off with this whole rant when she was like, I'm just so frustrated. I am so done with how much I have to wait. It feels unfair. I've been doing this for so long. And mind you, we started working maybe a month ago. She has seen some really amazing shifts, but then as I always tell you, it's not about what you're seeing, it's about how are your shadows perceiving it. Are they dismissing the results that you're getting? Are they dismissing the success that you have had? Are they almost like minimizing the things that are happening so that they can go back to the old programming? Right? So especially when someone starts working with me, first few weeks are absolutely incredible because that resistance has been reduced, especially because of the quantum leap that they do when they invest in themselves. It's like they almost immediately hop into a different timeline and they get into this timeline when they are more positive, they are coachable, they are more susceptible to the things that they want to allow in their life, right? Which is why biggest shifts happen in the first 2 to 3 weeks, and then your shadows keep resurfacing. And this happens even when you're doing other things. Maybe you have changed things around, you start doing things differently, you see certain changes happening, but then because your current nervous system is trained into the old way of being, it will force you to go back to your old ways, and you will find yourself repeating the same things that you were maybe 6 months ago, and it doesn't make sense in your head. You're like, but why is this happening? It makes no sense. I have outgrown this. I integrated this shadow. I've worked through this. So why is it still showing up? So in that case, firstly, you have to understand that that shadow that is telling you that this is not right, this is not working, this is not how things are, that's not you. That's not you. You have already moved yourself into a different timeline. You're just observing that shadow, which is responding to the current way of being, right? So as I said, the fastest way for you to collapse your timeline, the fastest way for you to shrink the time between where you are and where you want to be is training your current nervous system, despite of the circumstances, despite of how things are playing out. You got to train it into the desired reality that you want to go to, right? The reality wherein your business is skyrocketing, it's booming, you're magnet for success, you're attracting opportunities every freaking day, and you're literally like your business is booming, you're living in that. Like, you see, when I'm talking about this, it's giving me this excitement. It's like it because I have trained my nervous system to live in that reality, right? This was the same thing I did when I was making zero sales maybe 5 years ago. I just started my business and I was like, how do I, like, because I came with a lot of shadows. I was like, why would anyone pay me for this? It feels too effortless for me to charge this because I feel like this is not hard work. But then when I exposed myself, I got into rooms wherein people were making that kind of money, doing the things they love. That was like the biggest shadow. You cannot be making money off of things that you love, right? So back when I used to do copywriting, that was rock solid. It was a very it was a very logical thing for my mind to comprehend. It was like, yeah, you do this service for them, so they pay you, so it made sense. But then once I was like, no, this is the dream business I want, and I invested in myself, I got into the right rooms, that shadow was there. It was like, are you valuable enough to be charging this? Is it okay for you to operate like a brand and be like, it's not about the techniques and services and the results that you're getting for others. It's about people actually wanting to experience transformation through you. And that is where you have to operate and start thinking from the reality that you want to get to. So how you do that is, as I said, you train your current nervous system to almost like normalize that desires. You train your nervous system to live in the reality that you're creating in your mind. And how you do that is through so many techniques. Like different things work for different people. But more than anything, it's about operating with that sovereignty, wherein you're almost, when that triggers come up, you're approaching that whole situation from the new state of being. Right? So you see the trigger happening. You notice how this is all playing out. And then you step back into sovereignty and you're like, but this is not what I'm deciding anymore. This is not how I'm doing it. And mind you, I want to like give like caution here. What happens usually is when I'm doing this with clients, when I'm asking like, let's go full out into sovereignty, they sometimes, your shadows, okay, let me not say they, but their shadow sometimes tricks them into thinking that it is about control issues. It's about controlling your environment. It's about controlling your mind. It's about controlling. But in all honesty, it's not about control. It is about knowing and trusting. It's about knowing and trusting. Everything that you say, everything that you're being, you're not trying to control it. So you can see things playing out whatever way they are, but you're approaching it from the space of like, yeah, I know what's happening, but I know that's not the choice I've made. So it's more about knowing and trusting, right? So exactly how you do this. I think I kind of left off and I was talking about the shadow, about my client, and then I diverged into 10 different topics. That's what happens with me. So let's go back to the shadow work part, and then I'll get to how do you do this. So that was a disappointment. And immediately I told her, this is the old shadow, which got what she wanted in life through control. This is the shadow that knows that you're so damn close. And when the moment I was saying this, she was like, yes, 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 that speaks to me. That speaks to me. And I know that because at some stage, we've all had to do that. We had to integrate the past disappointments. We had to integrate the past disconnections when things did not work out. And then that shadow is only keeping you where you are. Or she doesn't want to do that, by the way. Your shadows don't want, they want you to get the things that you want, but they don't trust your means maybe. Now that you have stepped into a little bit of ace with your business, and the shadow is watching all of that. She sees how close you are to the things you want, and then it's sort of like, she feels, yeah, that's how she said it. She said, the moment she validated the shadow, and she was like, okay, I see what you're trying to do. And then why are you keeping me in this reality? Like, why are you here right now? And immediately she said, because I know how close you are. Only if you push through, have a little discipline, train your focus a little more, you will get it, but you're not doing it, which is why I had to come and I had to like make sure that you're doing it right. I know it feels like sort of possession, but that's how exactly it feels when you're integrating these shadows. But when we spoke about that, and then we sort of like channeled that, the first thing she said was, okay, I see what you're saying. And we had to make that shadow realize that the reason she sort of manifested this hiccups, this control issues, was because that shadow took stage, right? And then my client, she said, the moment I validated her, the moment I told her that I see that what you're doing is for me, and I let her understand that I'm no longer that child anymore with whom you had to take so much center stage, you had to take complete autonomy over what I'm doing. And yeah, that shadow sort of understood that. And the way we integrated her was, we were like, okay, fine, what will make you feel safe to let go and let the highest version of my client take over completely. And she said, what would make me feel safe is for my client to either completely step into sovereignty or completely step into the logical ways, because my client was sort of moving her trust. Like, her trust would weaken on few days, and some days she was like bang on, like, I see that. Like, the doubt is why this shadow was manifested. This fear was, like, the shadow was a manifestation of a fear and doubt in going all in. So when you're in the middle, when you're like, I don't know, I still need to abide by the rules of life. This is what everybody talks about. This is what everybody on the internet is talking about. Like, can I fully trust in the fact that I get to dictate the way things are? I get to step into this level of knowing. I get to step into this level of power. So when you're sort of dangling between both of these things, that is when these shadows feel like uh, uh, you're not able to do what you want to be doing, right? They feel like you don't have enough self-trust, which is why these shadows have to come over and help you through that. But then, as I say, that everything that you say then turns into that, right? So if you're consistently saying, I have been doing this, why is it still giving me this hiccups? What is the issue? It'll always feel like that, right? So the moment we integrated her shadow, that was around this, she told me this. She was like, I genuinely feel like the only way for me to feel safe would be to feel safe in the desired reality where I'm going. Right? Because the thing is, your nervous system, your mind is not able to comprehend the thing that you don't see right now. So the wild success that you keep talking about, it still feels foreign to your body, right? Because yes, when I'm like manifesting something completely out of the blue, I don't know how to comprehend that. I don't know what that is like. I don't know what it would feel like, what that would feel like, right? But the more you stick to training your nervous system, like in the live that we did yesterday, the more you stick to training and familiarizing yourself with that reality in the current reality that you're in, your shadows will start trusting you and putting in more momentum and more energy into where you're going. And that literally is the fastest way for you to fast track your divine timing. That is the fastest way for you to completely call your energy back from everything that is happening and step into just focusing on that, right? A lot of this, the same thing I was telling my client as well, a lot of this has to go to how you're training your focus, right? I want you to imagine, like, there is this big whiteboard in your subconscious, in your brain, and everything that you are thinking is being written on that board, and then that is being projected. Okay, so every time you say, I feel like things are not working, I feel like things are slow, I feel like things are not working, I feel like things are slow, and then that's being projected. So it's very literal. Like, your nervous system, your mind, all of these things are very literal. They don't have this ability to perceive things and then be like, no, that won't happen, no, this won't happen. It's very literal. So every time you are lighting up a situation, a state of being with your focus, with your mind, that is what will keep on being projected, right? So if you keep bringing it back, maybe you're seeing the same old version of things, right? Maybe sales are slow, maybe things are not moving, maybe you're not feeling that way in your business, or like life in general feels pretty heavy. And I wouldn't say lie to yourself, right? Because you're always believing in one or the other thing, right? So when you say, I don't want to lie to myself, I feel like things are not working, how do you know it's not working? How do you know it's not working, right? What you know about life is probably like how we've heard it so many times, like 0.00001% of reality is what you are able to perceive. How do you know if someone is going to sign up or not? There are people in your DMs right now. There are people who are watching your stuff right now. How do you know someone is not going to slide in your DMs tomorrow or this week or end of this month and tell you that, hey, I would love to work with you for a year. What does that look like? I know you're the person for me. I have been struggling with exactly the things that you're talking about. So how can I do this? Right? You can either put your faith in, no, that's not happening. You're very good at assuming that it's not happening versus assuming that it is, right? So the more you keep living by the assumption that things are not working, you're writing that in that whiteboard in your brain, and that is constantly being pushed out that things are not working, she's doing this for so long and things are not working. So of course that is being imprinted even more. But as I say, if things are clicking in right away, I love that. But then if you feel like you have been doing this, but you feel like there are still shadows that don't feel safe in where you are and what you're doing, they will continue to keep you and your focus in where you are. So if you feel like every day feels the same, I'm not attracting the things that I want, opportunities feel really slow, things are not moving as fast as I would like them to, there are shadows that are firstly keeping you exactly where you are, and secondly your nervous system is just responding or duplicating exactly what you have trained it to. So if you have trained yourself to be like, when this happens, this is how I'm reacting, right? So when this happens, this is how I'm reacting. When something else happens, this is how I'm reacting. So your nervous system is pretty much trained into your current circumstances. It's trained into how everything has been moving. How when her kids responds this way, this is her default reaction. This is how your body reacts. And trust me when I say trust me when I say this, when I'm walking through a shadow, right? And I'm having like a full blown inner reaction, but I am also calm at the same time. Like I'm able to balance the shadow, right? But if you see me externally, I'm not panicked. I'm not emotionally charged by what I am seeing, right? But my nervous system is responding exactly how it would respond, right? So if I see, like, one thing I hate is waiting. I hate when somebody makes me wait, right? I feel like it's the highest form of disrespect to make someone wait. And that was something, because I would often say that, I would often be tested on that, wherein people would make me wait for things. People would make me feel like I have to wait till this thing happens, I have to wait till that thing happens. Or in general as well, if we plan to go out sometime, and if I'm being made to wait after I've gotten ready, I'm sort of Monica in this. I am very type A. So that was a trigger. And I knew that the way my shadow would respond to that was, oh my God, this person doesn't value you, they disrespect you, this is not how, are you going to take this? This is not fair. I'm not going to let you stay calm in this situation. And that shadow would be so loud, and my nervous system would respond to that shadow, right? So they would have sort of this battle wherein, oh my God, I hate being disrespected this way. Oh my God, I hate it when people make me wait. And that shadow would be like, you're not being valued, this is so annoying, this person doesn't respect you. But as I said, and my nervous system would respond exactly the same way. My heart rate would go erratic, and I would be panicked, and I would feel the sensations in my hand because I was trying to curb that anger. But the moment I switch into, this is not the truth, this is my shadow, this is my shadow's response, and this is my shadow's response to the nervous system, and my nervous system respond to the shadow, and this is how it's going. So the moment I'm able to track it, I'm able to operate it from sovereignty. Every time I try to fix something, I'm still investing my focus and energy into it persisting. What am I writing in that whiteboard in my brain? What am I writing in it right now? So I'd be like, okay, fine, I'm writing that people make me wait, which I'm internalizing as disrespect. That is never the case. It's coming from some rooted shadow. So I had to remind myself that that is the meaning that I'm giving it. That is the meaning I'm giving to what is happening right now, that I'm being disrespected, I'm not being valued. So I would go back and be like, I'm always respected, I'm admired, I'm cherished. I'm respected, I'm admired, I'm cherished. And that is what I'm writing in the whiteboard of my mind. I'm respected, I'm admired, I'm cherished. Trust me, people who would make me wait for maybe like hours sometimes, They start getting responsible instead of going back to their old ways of like gaslighting me or being toxic and blaming me for how I was like so type A. They start getting ready. They start keeping alarm, respecting my time, respecting things. And even if they messed up, they, instead of gaslighting me, they'd be like, oh my God, I'm sorry that this happened. I take care of this next time. And they would take care of it next time because I was not coming from the old shadow. I was not coming from the old shadow that felt disrespected and it gave it the meaning that I'm not being valued because people don't respect my time. You see how it plays out? So I had to catch myself in that exact moment wherein that shadow was taking over, wherein that shadow was telling me, okay, fine, this is what is happening, right? You do this all the time. Every time you feel like someone is not respecting your time, you internalize as personal disrespect. So as I said, I had to be like, am I going to give into this shadow? And mind you, my nervous system responded to that shadow. I was triggered. I could feel my heart rate being erratic. All through the way that we were going to this place, my heart rate was erratic. The past patterns and behaviors of this shadow were, this is so annoying, you have to respond, you have to take a stand, you have to establish boundaries, you have to step in. I was like, that's still me investing energy into this version of myself. That's not what I want to do. That's not what I'm going to do. Because the more you persist in that reality and try to change it, try to explain yourself, try to set boundaries, you're still perpetuating. You have written in that whiteboard that I have been disrespected, now I'm standing up for myself. And that is where you will remain. Right? So in that moment, the moment you notice that shift, the moment you're like, I notice my shadows taking over. And this could be in regard, this, the example that I gave you was around disrespect, but this could go very well with money, with business, with anything, like even with with my kid. Like, I always talk about this example because I feel like my son is like magical, because every time I notice something in him and I'm trying to change that externally, but then it doesn't happen. Like when I'm trying to find strategies, read books, trying to convince him, it doesn't happen. But the moment I'm like, what am I writing in the whiteboard of my mind? And if that is, my kid is very hard to manage. He has a mind of its own. It's very hard to do this with him. I'm like, okay, fine. That's what I'm saying. Right? So I go back and I change it. I say that, okay, my son is perfect. Everything is perfect. I love how easy it is for me to parent my kids. All of the things that seemed impossible suddenly fall into compliance. And I'm telling you, I'm actively having a reaction while I am shifting into that different version of myself. The more you catch yourself, the moment that shadow takes over, the more you will start seeing shifts. Like people talk about override shifts. This is what they're doing. They're training their current nervous system for what they're asking. Okay, I recently did this in a very funny way. It's not a big manifestation or something, but it was pretty woo-woo, right? So there was this light fixture that wasn't working the way I wanted it to, right? So we fixed it, but the light kept flickering and I did not like it and I was very annoyed. And the more that light fixture was doing, I was like, okay, what if I decide that the light fixture fixed itself? Okay. And I was like, I would see it blinking. So I walked away from that room. I came back. It was almost like 5 minutes and it was still flickering. So I was like, wow, I love that it got fixed. Oh my God, the light is fixed now. 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 And I did it like maybe 3 to 4 times. I didn't even pay a lot of attention to it, by the way. I wouldn't care if it didn't fix itself. Probably my husband would come and he would fix it for me. But I was like, I want to try this out. I want to try this out. So I was like, yeah, the light fixed itself. And trust me, after like a minute or two, because I already trained myself into the new state of being, it fixed itself. It's working to this day, right? So it's how are you able to translate this little thing into every other thing in your life? So if you're like, I'm someone who attracts opportunities every day, without fail, like every day I attract some of the other opportunity, you have to train your current nervous system and imagine you're sitting on your couch in your office, in your work home office, wherever you are. For me, it's this couch. Imagine myself sitting in this couch and imagine all of these opportunities just coming to me, like events and clients and like speaking opportunities, corporate speaking gigs, visibility opportunities, all of these things just coming to me. And I would be like, okay, fine, how would that feel like? Wherein I'm just signing, I'm on calls, and I'm like, okay, fine, let's do that, let's do this. And I'm like booked and busy with aligned opportunities day in and day out, right? That is me training myself. I'm training my current nervous system to be integrated with the reality that I want. Okay? And I used to have the mindset of like I have to do it so perfectly that the entire day I have to be in that. Okay? You don't have to. But throughout your day, if you're doing this once or twice, or whenever you think about your business, whenever you think about your provision, if you're like, oh my god, I love that, you're you're not investing some negative energy, or you're not investing things like, okay, fine, it's not working, and you're the rest of the day you're fixated on how do I fix this, how do I fix this, how do I fix this, but it's not working. It's not going to work. Okay, it will work. You indulge yourself in training your nervous system, and the rest of the day keep yourself distracted from that topic. Keep yourself distracted from that topic. You're no longer investing any energy into it. Not positive, not negative. You are just keeping yourself neutral about it. Every time that thing pops up in your head, you're like, you're going back to the affirmation, or you're going back to the rampage. You're training, and you're asking yourself, what am I writing on that whiteboard right now? What am I writing in that whiteboard? Okay, I'm writing that my business is booming. I make thousands of dollars a day. And trust me, these are the same exact things that I do in my life. And trust me, when this month started, it was a very busy month because my kids started school. We are planning a trip next month. It was very overwhelming. And I was like, how am I going to get all of these things done? And it was, as I said, it was very overwhelming, very busy, hectic life. And I sort of brought to notice that, okay, fine, business feels slow right now, and because I'm not able to invest a lot of time and energy, it's going to slow down even further. I was like, wait a second, why am I putting it out there? Why am I writing that on my whiteboard? Okay, so I said, doesn't matter what my life looks like, I am booked and busy with opportunities coming in from every direction, right? My business is booming. I am a magnet for success. I'm the most in demand sought after person in my industry. And I just held that. I trained my nervous system for it. I trained myself, what would that be like? And the rest of the day, I would just go watch movies, read books, post what I want to post on my account. I would just do things that I need to do around the house. I did not invest a lot of negative energy into that topic, into that pot, right? I invested positive energy into it, and then I called back my energy, and I was like, yeah, that's it. That's it. I don't need to further think about how do I do this, what do I do this, what's the best strategy, should I change the way I'm posting, should I do this? It'll all happen naturally. And in this past week, no, in the past 10 days, I made $18,000 in leads and $9,000 in sales, right? That would not have been the case if beginning of the month I decided that things are not working, or it feels slow, this month is busy for me in my personal life, I have a lot to get done, I will not be able to post in my business, I will not be able to do this. If I stuck to that story beginning of the month, I would probably be at like $1,000 or $2,000, or just a recurring payment that I have for my clients. I would not have been able to bring in $18,000 in leads, and all of them were for one-to-one offers. And then one of them signed up, another one signed up to Relax Riches. So this is what I'm saying. It's about what am I writing in that big whiteboard in my head is what will perpetuate. So every time you're trying to fix your current situation, fix your current reality, you're taking a stand for yourself, you are asking yourself logical business questions like, okay, so what do I do now to increase my visibility? What do I do now? You're responding to the reality that you're in. That's not how you'll be able to move. As I said, you have to train your mind to firstly shift mentally into a place wherein everything is done. Everything is done. Okay? You cannot be saying that I have trained my nervous system to get the things that I want. A business is booming. You're doing this for 10 minutes, and rest of the day you're like searching best hashtags to use, best strategy to do this. What are the best top 3 things for me to blow up on Instagram? How do I track this opportunity? How do I do that? You're investing energy in the current reality that you're in. The best way for you to move is by starving the reality that you're in. The more you starve the reality that you're in, the more you will shift into where you're going. Okay? Let me give you an example. if I want to move homes, okay, if I want to shift my reality wherein I am like, I'm moving into a new home. Okay, I'm moving into a luxurious home. I want to start doing this. I love this. I want to invest all of my energy in the reality that I'm going. Okay. And I've decided that that's the reality I'm living. The new home has a backyard. It has green, luscious trees. I've trained my nervous system for it. But throughout the day, I'm going around my home, finding things that needs fixing. I'm telling my husband, hey, we need to get that light fixture. We need to get that wallpaper set right there. I need to buy a mirror. I need to, fix this thing in our home. I've invited some people over. Can you do this for me? We need a new carpet there. You're investing a lot of energy in where you are. Why are you obsessed with it? This goes same for SP as well. If you're manifesting a different version of your specific person, or if you're manifesting a new person, why are we still investing energy in the current one? If you're doing this, that has nothing to do with that person. This is your own control issues. You love controlling people. There's a shadow in you that is meeting its own inner toxic, or recreating the inner toxic environment by doing that. That has nothing to do with your SP. If you want someone to change overnight, you have to stop investing energy in fixing the one that you are living with. This goes for everyone. You can do this with your parents. You can do this with your siblings. If you have like a friend you love her so much, but you feel like she's going off track, or you feel like your relationship is sort of dying, and you are consistently trying to fix that relationship rather than telling yourself, I'm no longer investing energy in this. Okay, I'm calling back my energy. I'm investing energy into feeling what that would feel like how it feels to be back in the same bond that we used to have. Like, I feel like, especially when you're in your 30s, you're sort of outgrowing a lot of relationships. Because your value system has evolved, and people that you used to hang out, their value system has evolved. So these frictions do happen. But as I said, the more you try to fix the current version of things, fix the current money situation, fix the current way business is working for you or not working for you, the more you invest energy in how things are, the more you perpetuate those things to continue living exactly how they are. The only way for you to shift is ask yourself, what am I writing in that whiteboard up in my head? That's the best analogy I can give you. So if you're saying things are not working, this is all BS, online businesses don't work, everything is like, why are things so hard? Why is money so hard? And then sometimes I see this with my clients who have done a lot of inner work. They are like, there is more for me to fix. Okay, there is more for you to fix. That gets projected. You will start seeing things pop up in your TikTok videos wherein people are telling you it's your nervous system, it's your third chakra, it is this, it is that needs fixing now, it is this that needs fixing now. You've put it out there. You have decided that something is missing. There is something missing. There is some limiting belief that I'm not able to understand. There is some block that I need to fix for me to then feel a certain way. Okay, this is used in the same reality. This is why my work in the past few years have really evolved in consistently helping my clients move to a different reality, understand the shadows of the current reality, and leave them there so you are able to move into a different reality. I'll give you an example about a recent client that I had. In the first 3 weeks, she had like the biggest shifts. Right? She signed a high ticket client that gave her an immense confidence boost. She started like going around changing people left and right, changing throughout her day. She said like her husband wasn't a lot into planning trips and things like that. He was out there planning trips for her. He was out there spoiling her. He was out there cherishing her out of thin air. She had people inviting her over. So the same people who would give her cold shoulder suddenly started inviting her. And there were moments she was like, I feel like I'm already in my highest timeline. Right? She was doing all of that. As I say, that sometimes that shadow comes up and she's like, okay, but these things are not that big. Like I said, right, the shadow will try to diminish your results rather than amplifying it. So she went back into that loop and she was like, these are easy things to manifest, Aisha. Like, okay, that's what you're writing on your board. That is exactly what you're writing in the whiteboard in your head, wherein you're telling yourself, yeah, these are easy. The big things are kind of hard. You're saying that. you're saying that, right? I'm telling you about something that recently happened, and because in my head I was like, that's like huge, really big, right? It's going to take something else, and I was like, wait a second, why am I saying that? Why am I saying that? And this is all coming from you not being in your sovereignty. What are you saying about it? We are so easily giving our power to intuition, to signs, and to everything external. And now you're like, but I have evolved a lot. I am very conscious. I'm spiritually aligned. And like, I believe in alignment. I believe in seeing signs. But are you giving your power to them? That's not going to be benefiting you in any way. You have to ask yourself, am I using this alignment? Am I using the tool of intuition? Sometimes your intuition could be linked to your previous timeline as well, right? Because if I ask myself a few weeks ago and I was like, okay, fine, I want to start going live, that was like a desire. But something that came up was, do you really think you want to do it now? You really want to do it now? And it was almost like the intuition got mixed up with my shadow whisperings. I thought, yeah, that's intuition, right? Like my intuition is like, and when I asked my body, it was like, it's you don't have to do that. Do you feel like doing it right now? Do you feel like doing lives? Do you feel like going live? And every day I would be like, I don't feel like doing that, and I would skip on it. I would have my calls, I would do marketing for the business and everything, and I would just go away. And I had a moment when I was like, do I want to go live? Yeah, but what is it that my mind is telling me? What is it? My intuition. How am I giving power away to intuition right now? It was by consistently telling myself that things are not working, right? What would this give? Is it even important for you? But at the end of the day, it was like, do I want that? What am I saying about that? What am I saying about that? How am I taking power away from what I'm saying, right? So it goes back to, what am I making it mean? And the shadow was, you would put in all of this effort and things would work out. But I was like, why am I doing it to get something out of this? Or am I doing it because I love talking about the topics that I'm talking about? That was a content leak there. There was this content and sales leak, which was trying to corrupt my desire of talking about things that I love doing. Right? I love talking about my business. I love talking about the things that I'm talking about. It gives me a lot of energy. It makes me feel hyped up. Right? But as I said, that shadow sort of was, do you really need to do that? What if nothing comes out of it? But then I was like, I'm not doing for something to come out of it. It's part of the identity that I hold, right? So all of that to say, becoming aware about your shadows, who is operating here? Is it your shadows, or is it the sovereign version of you? What are you saying about it, right? Are you giving power away to reactions, or are you still remaining in sovereignty? Secondly, are you training your current nervous system into the desired reality that you want? Like I gave you the example about your shadow will have a response to your nervous system will have a response to your shadow, and then you would give your power away like that. But like I said, you have to ask yourself, is this me, or is this the shadow recreating old situations? And the moment you're like, I'm no longer investing any more energy into this, I'm calling back my power and I'm choosing to focus on something else, right? This comes with a lot, you training your focus. And I'm not saying this is easy. Sometimes your shadows do take over. Sometimes you feel like you have no control over your reaction. Sometimes you're like, I'm trying to shift this, but why is this not happening? That's when I know clearly that's a shadow manifesting, because you, in your logical, sorted, sovereign, relaxed mind, you know what you want, you know how it's going to be, you know all of those things, but you're not able to focus on it because your shadow doesn't feel safe. Okay, and the best way for you to feel safe is to train your nervous system for the things that we are asking for, right? So I gotta go, and my kids are home. I have to go attend to them, but this was fun. I'm trying to go as I'm trying to like sort of batch a lot of stuff so that when I'm traveling next month, I'll have a lot of content that I can repurpose. Is there a shadow blocking the indicator showing you have a question in your box? I don't know what do you mean by that. Is there a shadow blocking the indicator showing you have something inside your box? I don't understand your question. Did you send me something? I will definitely have a look at that. I hope this was valuable. Thank you for everyone who joined. If you have any questions around this, if you have any questions around business, things that you want to do, things that you want to allow in your life, then send me a DM. If you're like, I want to know, okay, awesome, I will get back to the question for sure immediately after this. Or if you're like, I want to do this on my own, then I have like an identity shifting program that helps you identify content leaks, identify sales leaks in your day-to-day business, and integrate those for success, for your wild success. And I'm telling you, I have had some of the biggest shifts when I go back to those, and my clients go back to those. So I would highly encourage you to go see on that. It's linked in my bio. It's called Money Vortex. And if you want to do this together, and you're like, I want to build that wild successful business, I want to integrate my shadows and start seeing shifts in as quickly as a week or two. Trust me, it's gotten that close now because we're doing that embodiment so quickly, because it's like, I'm not investing energy in this reality anymore. I'm going back to that. The more you do it, and the more you keep your container clean, and you're expanding your horizons, and you're like, this gets to be that easy for me, things will consistently shift. Okay. So I hope this was fun for you, because it was fun for me.